June 12, 1993. Nigeria voted. One man won the freest election in history, but the results were stolen. His name? M.K.O. Abiola, a billionaire, a philanthropist, a hero, imprisoned, betrayed, and silenced. This is the story of the president Nigeria never had, a man whose courage shook a nation and whose death left millions in shock. This is the story of a man who rose from poverty to become a national symbol of hope. Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola, widely known as M.K.O. Abiola. M.K.O. Abiola was born on August 24, 1937 in Abeokuta, Ogun State. His family was extremely poor. His father was a small trader and the family struggled to eat. At the age of 9, Abiola started selling firewood. Every morning before school, he would carry bundles of firewood on his head and walk through dusty streets, trying to earn money. Life was tough, but Abiola grew up determined and disciplined. He didn't allow poverty to define him. He believed that education was the key. In school, he stood out. Teachers noticed that he was brilliant, confident, and always ready to take responsibility. As a teenager, he joined a local music group to make extra money. He played the talking drum and sang at events. The little income he made helped his family survive. This early hardship taught Abiola to work hard, save money, and stay focused. Abiola was determined to change his life. After finishing secondary school, he received scholarship opportunities because of his excellent academic performance. He later traveled to the United States to study. There, he earned degrees in accounting, economics, and management. He also worked while studying, doing part-time jobs to support himself. His time in America opened his mind. He saw how strong leadership, hard work, and modern systems could improve nations. He wanted to bring that kind of development back to Nigeria. When he completed his studies, Abiola returned home fully ready to build his future. Back in Nigeria, Abiola started working as a young accountant. He was dedicated, sharp, and hardworking. He made strong impressions everywhere he worked. He later joined IBM, one of the biggest companies in the world. Through hard work, he rose quickly and became one of the top African executives of the company. A rare achievement at that time, but Abiola was more ambitious than a regular employee. He wanted to build his own empire. He started investing in communication companies, oil businesses, finance and banking, agriculture, media. His business empire grew across Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe. By the 1980s, Abiola had become one of Africa's richest men. But what made him unique was not just his money. It was his heart. He donated millions of naira to build schools, hospitals, roads, mosques, churches, scholarships, community centers. People across Nigeria, regardless of tribe or religion, knew him as a generous man who helped without discrimination. His popularity grew naturally. For many Nigerians, he was not just a businessman, he was a helper. While Abiola was building his businesses, Nigeria was going through political instability. Military rulers controlled the country for many years. There were coups, economic problems, and restrictions on freedom. The people were tired. They wanted democracy and a leader who understood their pain. General Ibrahim Babangida, the military ruler at the time, announced a transition to civilian rule. Two political parties were formed: the Social Democratic Party, SDP, the National Republican Convention, NRC. Nigerians hoped that, finally, democracy would return. Abiola joined the SDP. Immediately, he became one of the strongest candidates. His popularity, his wealth, and his record of helping people made him stand out. His message was clear: unity, hope, better economy, end to poverty, end to military rule. His campaign connected with the people. Everywhere he went, crowds gathered. Young people, old people, northerners, southerners, everyone felt connected to his vision. His campaign slogan became Hope 93. For the first time in a long time, Nigerians believed in a better future. The presidential election was held on June 12, 1993. Nigerians came out in massive numbers. The election was peaceful, transparent, and well organized. It later became known as the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's history. Abiola won across every zone of the country. Northern states, southern states, Christian areas, Muslim areas, tribe did not matter. Religion did not matter. Nigerians voted as one people. As the results rolled in, it became clear M.K.O. Abiola had won the election. People celebrated across the country. It felt like a new beginning. But then, everything changed. Just before the final announcement of results, General Babangida shocked the country. He cancelled the election. The news spread like wildfire. People were confused, angry, and disappointed. Protests broke out. Violence started in some areas. Many Nigerians believed their freedom had been stolen. The international community criticized the decision. Because of the chaos, Babangida stepped aside and created an interim national government led by Ernest Shonekan. But this government was weak, and the military still controlled everything. A few months later, another military general, Sani Abacha, took full power. Democracy seemed lost again. Abiola tried different ways to recover his mandate. He had meetings with world leaders, Nigerian elites, and activists, but nothing changed. After waiting for 1 year, he decided to speak up. On June 11, 1994, Abiola declared publicly that he was the rightful president of Nigeria because the people voted for him. This declaration changed everything. General Sani Abacha ordered Abiola's arrest. Security officers picked him up and took him into detention. This was the beginning of his long imprisonment. After declaring himself the rightful president in 1994, Abiola was arrested and taken into detention by the military government of General Sani Abacha. He spent 4 long years in prison, mostly in solitary confinement. He had little contact with the outside world. Family visits were limited. Lawyers had difficulty reaching him. Medical attention was minimal. Even in prison, he never gave up on his belief that he was elected by the people and that democracy should be restored. Prison was harsh. Abiola spent most days in a small cell with no sunlight. He was weak from poor nutrition and lack of medical care. Despite the conditions, Abiola remained mentally strong. He wrote letters. He prayed. He thought about the people who had voted for him and the Nigeria he had promised to serve. While Abiola was in prison, his wife, Kudirat Abiola, became the public voice of the struggle. She organized protests, spoke against the military government, called for her husband's release, worked tirelessly for democracy. Her courage made her famous and feared by the military rulers. In June 1996, Kudirat Abiola was assassinated during a protest in Lagos. Gunmen shot her in broad daylight. She died instantly. The assassination shocked the nation and the world. Many investigations later linked her death to Abacha's security operatives. Abiola was devastated. He remained in prison, suffering both physically and emotionally. But he refused to give up on his mandate. During Abiola's imprisonment, Nigeria suffered under General Sani Abacha's rule. Human rights abuses were common. Journalists and activists were jailed or killed. Fear and violence spread across the nation. Abiola's situation reflected the larger problem in Nigeria. The voice of the people was silenced. In June 1998, suddenly, Sani Abacha died. His death shocked the nation. This unexpected event gave hope to Nigeria and the world. People believed that Abiola could finally be released and recognized as the rightful president. The new government began negotiations to free him. Diplomats from around the world got involved, including representatives from the United States. On July 7, 1998, Abiola met with a delegation from the United States. He was weak from years in prison but hopeful. During the meeting, he was offered tea. Shortly after drinking it, he began coughing violently. He collapsed and could not be revived. The official report stated that Abiola died of a heart attack, but many people questioned the story. Even though Abiola never became president, his work and sacrifice changed Nigeria forever. In 1999, Nigeria returned to civilian rule. Later, Abiola was officially recognized as the winner of the 1993 election. June 12th was declared Democracy Day in Nigeria. He was posthumously awarded the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, the honor usually reserved for President Abiola. He is remembered as a symbol of democracy, a man who stood for the people, and a hero who paid the ultimate price, M.K.O. Abiola's story is one of courage, hope, and sacrifice. He never became president, but his life inspired millions to believe in democracy. His legacy reminds Nigerians that one person's courage can change a nation. Even today, when people celebrate June 12th, they remember the man who should have been president, the man who gave everything for Nigeria, and the man who will be